What's going on?
We're getting a solar storm warning. Abort EV1, abort EV2.
What's up guys, welcome to ScreenPop. Today we're gonna break down and explain Stowaway ending. Since we will be talking about this movie in depth, beware big spoilers flying your way. The new Anna Kendrick film Stowaway might be a dark foreshadowing of films to come because of the current pandemic. We could see a host of bottleneck films with microcast. If we're lucky, they might even have a big name or two, but most likely recognizable television star who comes with a cheaper price tag. That's what you have in Netflix's latest film. A moderately popular star, a well-respected thespian, and a performer you will know from a half a dozen television appearances. They are all packaged together in a film so flat that it made me question whether the world is round after all.
Let's go.
Apparently, NASA is a thing of the past and private-funded companies are all the rage in exploring outer space. A mission in the future is headed to outer space by a company called Hyperion, a private company that is expanding its outreach to say the least. This time, a 3-man crew is on a trip that will take 2 years. A colony is already there. Commander Marina Barnett, played by Toni Collette, is headed on her third and final trek to the Big Red Planet.
Flip your visors down.
Along with a young physician, Zoe Levinson, played by Anna Kendrick. She's a Yale graduate. She spends every valuable second throwing this in the face of her Harvard alum mission mate, David Kim, played by Daniel Day Kim. He's the ship's biologist who is taking his microgreens and algae to Mars. This will give him room to expand on his work and write a few papers along the way. They are a fun pair, and you could eventually see them as a couple someday, even though Kendrick will eternally look like she is in her mid-20s at most. The mission hits a speed bump in the road to Cosmos, however. For some reason, a man has been tucked inside a compartment in the most important part of the ship. He falls from the ceiling on top of Commander Barnett. His name is Michael Adams, aka the Stowaway. His harness is wrapped around the CDRA, carbon dioxide removal assembly, and when he falls, he destroys it. This is the life support system. Unfortunately, with the mission being privately funded by a non-government agency, they cut corners. You see, no one thought to have a backup piece of equipment that helps filter out carbon dioxide in a spaceship that has limited oxygen in the first place. They rushed the mission, making a ship that was barely big enough to hold 3 people. Kendrick is a small fry, mind you. This ship simply does not have enough adequate safety measures in the process. You know, in case some guy jumps in the back like he's headed for a Delta flight from San Francisco to San Diego.
Hey, sit down! No, hey, sit down. Sit down or you're gonna pass out. Hey, you're okay?
There is no explanation offered on how and why Adams ended up on Kendrick's ship. Sometimes an explanation isn't needed, but it would have been helpful here. There is no hidden motivation. He is not escaping from his past, present, or future. He is not suffering from any notable mental health issues. The crew just accepts it was a horrible accident. If you're thinking the film would get some kind of payoff or grand explanation, you will be sorely disappointed as well. Stowaway is more interested in telling a morality play and how the passengers deal with the fact that there may not be enough oxygen on board for everyone to survive. Commander Barnett is told by her bosses that there is nothing they can do. They cannot send a supply ship because the oxygen will be gone by the time it gets there, which will take 5 months, and right now they only have enough for 2 passengers. So, she has Kim use the complete set of microgreens he's growing and half of his algae to generate enough oxygen to help counterbalance the buildup of carbon dioxide on the ship. He does this begrudgingly since this will end any purpose he has on Mars. He will literally have nothing to do while on the planet. The first batch raises the amount to half of what they need, so he breaks out the second half of the life-saving algae, but it doesn't take.
There. Here? No. I don't.
It goes bad almost immediately, and now they only have enough for 3 passengers. Barnett offers to be the snub herself because she is the mission's leader. They could use the pull on Mars to spin the ship around and send a pilot from the colony to help them land. That, however, is deemed too risky. The only option is to kill Adam because he is the reason behind this mess. He also has no probative value. He has never had the training or the education for this mission. Zoe, though, won't take it. She argues with Kim and the commander. They have time, and they could climb up the wires to the Kingfisher, which has liquid oxygen inside it that is tethered to the ship.
20 days? Commander, I mean, if there's really nothing we can do, we have to take someone's life.
Kim, though, has other plans. 3 days pass, and he lets Adam know the news. He is done for. He gives him a needle full of drugs from Zoe's clinic and tells him that there is not enough oxygen on board for all 4 to decide. If he takes the injection, it will be painless and he won't feel a thing. Kim walks away and Adam ponders his life up to this point. Then Zoe walks by, convinces him that nothing is written in stone and they have more time.
You don't have to do this.
There's nothing else to do.
We don't know that.
So, they decide to climb up the tethered Kingfisher to grab the liquid oxygen. Barnett can't because her arm has a hairline fracture. Adams can't because he doesn't have the training. Zoe and Kim must go. They manage to climb up and fill up enough for a 3rd person, though the film keeps telling us they have enough for 3, now only 2. And 1 more cylinder for Adams, and they're halfway done with the last when a solar flare alarm goes off. It signals they have only 20 minutes to get back. They have to leave 1 behind, and when they get back to the ship, Zoe slips and the canister she manages to salvage slips out of her hands and into the deep unknown.
No, we can't just leave this here.
This is the oxygen for Michael.
There isn't enough time. You're gonna have to leave it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notifications about our latest videos. All of them are now defeated, with only enough air for 2 passengers. The only option is to choose 2 people, or someone goes back out to try and get the last canister. The only problem is that the solar flare's radiation will kill anyone hours after entering the atmosphere. Zoe volunteers to go anyway, telling Kim to get back home and have a family, but send one of them to Yale. She manages to fill one up, and makes her way back as patches of radiation dermatitis start to pop up on her face. She delivers the oxygen, her crew is now saved, and she sits on the deck outside while Kendrick narrates that she applied for the job as a joke she could tell at a party. You know, how she applied for the mission to Mars and was turned down flat? She wasn't, and it cost her, along with sticking her neck out for Adams, her life in the process.
But now I realize that this is one of those rare opportunities that could truly give my life meaning beyond anything I could imagine.
Thanks for watching, everyone! Please make sure to give the video a like and subscribe with that bell on to get notified as soon as one of our videos comes out.